Alright, this mysketchup.com video is about groups and using groups in SketchUp. This is very similar to the full version of SketchUp if you've used it before, but as we're using mysketchup.com in my classroom and on student Chromebooks, I'm going to talk to you about this. This is a very basic concept, but one that in the beginning stages of learning SketchUp can really trip you up. Let's start by drawing an object here, and when I have an object I can select individual parts. I can triple click to select the whole thing. I can drag and select, but some of my issues come if I try to draw another object that is touching something else, and I'll explain. So right now I have this cube shape with a cylinder on top, and that's great if that's what I want, but if I was going to try and move this cylinder shape, it's fairly hard to do once I've set them on top of each other. The reason behind that is they actually share a face. So the top of this cube has become the bottom of this cylinder. Now you could do things like select just the visible layer here and try and grab. It's going to be easier said than done, but I could end up selecting the whole thing, deselect that face, and then I can kind of start to get it, but notice I grabbed something else. And this is a very common issue that happens to kids when they're learning to use SketchUp, and adults alike, I'm sure. But if I want to move that after I place it down, there's not always an easy way to do that once they start sharing a face. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through a way to get through that, and it's with using groups. So if I draw something and it's not going to change, it's to the specs that I wanted, what I can do is select that object, and I can right click if you have it. If you're on a Mac that doesn't have a right mouse button, you can always do the same thing by doing a control click. Hold down the control key and click your mouse, and what we want to do is make sure that it's selected, control click or right click, and then say make group. And you'll notice right away that that changes. When I click on it, I don't select a face, I select the entire group. I can move this individually if I build on top of this. As long as I'm not building inside that group, it'll maintain a separate object. Just to illustrate this really quick, I can draw on top. When I select this, I can make it a group. And now I have separate groups that are going to move independently from each other. And that's about it. Play around with it.